Psilocybin yesterday, wine today. I um I do my best to not feel guilty about the shit that I do. You know, alcohol is addicting, and I don't drink as much as I used to. Some sometimes I don't drink at all, and then sometimes I drink a fair bit. It's just a cycle, and I recognize this, and I recognize this. It's my body's journey, and I just give it love now. What's the point in feeling guilty and drinking alcohol? It's like, I'm supposed to be spiritual. Alcohol is bad for you. It's like, I recognize how fucking bad it is for your health. Like, I am an addict. I binge shit. I binge TV shows. You know, I'm gonna drink this fucking whole bottle tonight because I'm the kind of guy that's all or nothing when it comes to shit like this. And it's okay. It's okay because it's part of the journey. And there's a big part of me that's like, I don't need anything to be happy. I don't need alcohol. I don't need junk food. But then there's also a big part of me that's like, let's have some fun. Let's just fucking experiment and not take life so seriously. And it's like, if I want a bottle of wine, I'm gonna fucking go and get one. It's not like I'm drinking every day. I used to do that, pretty much. And that I was not in a good place in, but it's Saturday night and I was like, you know what? Why not? Anyway, I wanted to talk about perfectionism. I am a filmmaker. I've always loved making films and videos. But as time has gone on, I've increasingly become more of a perfectionist. And it's crippling. You think perfectionism is good. It's like, oh, it's good you're a perfectionist because then you get it perfect. But the problem with me is that I don't start anything. Is that I have all these thoughts in my head, this whole idea of how, say, a video should be. And then it's too overwhelming. It's like too perfect in my head. I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna get this on screen? And it's too much. I overthink it too much. But I know this is what I want to do. The other thing is that I'm scared to do it because it means being vulnerable. It means, because what I want to do is share my thoughts in a visual artistic way. And also, like now, just speaking, like using, say, this video and using my words and narrating the video in this really fucking visual, artistic way. It's a vulnerable thing, getting your thoughts into the world. And it's especially vulnerable when these thoughts that you have don't correlate with the majority, don't correlate with society's norms and cultural norms. Most people don't have a fucking clue about the importance in spirituality, and no one's questioning who they are, no one's questioning the nature of reality and consciousness. But to me, these are the most important things because it's all there is. Here you are, born without a choice, unwillingly. Now you're living this life with this social conditioning, going through these hardships within your mind that you didn't choose, navigating life without an instruction book. And then you come to terms with being alive, being conscious, and what does that even mean? What does it mean to be conscious? What is consciousness? What even fucking is reality? No, not a whole lot of people are questioning deep shit. We're all connected to this deep shit, but we don't question it. And really, this is questioning it will lead to happiness on this planet. We're so focused on what's happening in our lives that we forget that we are even alive. We forget the foundation. We're so focused on this and that and our likes and dislikes and opinions and beliefs and all this shit that we forget that none of that would be if we weren't alive. We just miss that whole thing. We just take it for granted. The fact that we're alive, we just take that for granted. And when you really get in touch with that, that's something profound. And you get in touch with God, and you get in touch with love and life and existence and reality and truth. And these are big topics that no one's talking about because no one is looking at the foundational thing. So anyway, what I was getting to is that it's very vulnerable to talk about shit that no one else is talking about. A few people, a handful of people in society are talking about spirituality and consciousness and reality and truth and enlightenment and Eastern religion and all this shit. A handful of people are grasping this shit, but and it's fucking isolating and it's very vulnerable to share this because most people will just fucking not understand you, and you're gonna feel alone and you're gonna feel like, well, maybe I should just conform and forget this whole shit. But of course that's going against your nature, going against who you are, and you can't live like that for long because it's gonna fucking show up and you're gonna fucking suffer because of that. You need to be you. You need to be honest with yourself. If you are fucking interested and committed to finding out who you are, what reality is, what consciousness is, what God is, what enlightenment is, and you're interested in all this spiritual shit, and pushing that under the rug because society doesn't approve of it, then that's going against your own nature. You need to be true to yourself. And it's fucking hard because society doesn't see this thing as valid and acceptable. So, it's also important not to bullshit yourself about this, though. It's also important not to try and convert people into believing what you believe. Everyone's going through their own journey, and we're all grown up in this society. We're all fucking ignorant to a lot of shit. And a lot of the time, I think I'm just, me, this human being, Jasper, with these struggles and doing this and that, just living a normal human life like anybody else in this society. But sometimes I have really fucking these spiritual awakenings where I realize truth or God or love, and it's really fucking profound and existential, and just I get in touch with truth. And when you really get in touch with that shit, when you get in touch with the absolute truth, a lot of the time you want to be in that place all the time. So you try and really try and be in that place. What happens is when you've lost faith, you try and convert other people into believing. But when you have faith, faith is not belief. Faith is just knowing from an experiential, from a felt level. It's beyond the mind. Faith is beyond the mind. It's just this innate knowing. And when you have that faith, there's no need for other people to understand it. You know it, and that's all that matters. But when you've lost that, you want to go out and spread the word. Like, connect with God. It's all love. Everything's love. Take psychedelics. Come on, fucking see the truth. So that's when it can become detrimental. Is that when you have lost faith and you try and convert other people, try and make people believe what you believe. So there's that. So that's the difficult thing, is that, what's called the spiritual ego. The spiritual ego is a difficult thing. The spiritual ego is really when you've